Hello everyone, I am Maarij Farooq. I'm the Deputy Editor-in-Chief of Pakistan Economic Net and Daily Tihad Media Group, one of the leading news media house of Pakistan. I had an opportunity to cover the two sessions from Pakistan, and although it was not my first time, but I can definitely say that this year's two session gave a very positive vibe. In my opinion, the positive vibe was because the world's economy is directly linked to China's economy, and we have seen in the past 1 and 2 years that China's economy has grown rapidly and in a very positive manner. So the two sessions this year gave a very positive vibe because the world is directly dependent on China, and they had this thing in mind that China's economy has grown in the last 1 year, and definitely this time China will take some visionary steps which will further strengthen China's economy and which is directly proportionate to the world's economy. Although I covered all the two sessions, but there were two sectors which I was keen to cover and which I covered. And one was poverty alleviation, and the second one was uh, the tax incentive which China has decided to give to foreign enterprises which are working here, which will be working here in China. So these two topics were of my thought that I thought that these topics should be covered and should be given importance. Poverty alleviation is something which China has achieved rapidly in the last 40 years. More than 700 million people have come out of poverty in China, and China has pledged that more 10 million people will be taken out of poverty in the coming years, which is a huge step, and in my opinion, is something which the world should applaud because poverty is something is something very important for the developing countries to cater off, and if a developing country caters poverty, they can conquer the world, in my opinion. And we have seen China has achieved poverty elevation in the last 40 years, and China's economy has gone up, up, and up and over the years. Last time we saw that China targeted 5.3% of growth and they achieved it. This time, China has pledged that they will achieve 5% growth, and in my opinion, it is very much possible because over the past few years, over the past few years, we have seen that whenever China has set their sights on a target, they always achieve it. And this time, China has said that they will achieve 5% growth, and in my opinion, it is very much possible. 5% growth means that China will not be leaping forward directly, but they will be taking small steps, and by taking small steps, they will achieve their target. They haven't, in my opinion, they haven't given a target which is unrealistic. 5% is very much possible, and the steps which Chinese companies and Chinese government is planning to take. 5% is very much achievable in my opinion. A new buzzword was echoed in the two sessions, which was of new quality productive forces. And in my opinion, it's time for China to move towards this concept and scrap the traditional way of economic development. We have seen in the past 2 years, China has achieved an amazing economic growth and a rapid economic growth, and now China is moving towards this idea, which will showcase China's development and innovation in a very positive manner. China, in this idea, will focus more towards sustainable development, and they will focus more towards innovation, which, in my opinion, is very important for China and for the world in the future because it's an idea which is championed by President Xi Jinping, and it's very important for all the countries to support this idea in such a manner that it benefits all the BRI countries, and which is very important for the world's development, and especially the countries who are developing, because innovation is something which is of grave importance, and China is focusing on it. Moving on, if we see that China has said that they will welcome all the foreign enterprises and they will be treated in a way which China treats their own companies, which is a very good step. And China has said that they will be given fiscal exemptions. The fiscal policy will be softened. There will be tax exemption. Taxation will be very much softened. They will be given market access. They will be helped in infrastructure development, and they will not be treated in a way which, frankly speaking, the Chinese companies are being treated around the globe, especially USA and Europe. So President Xi Jinping's idea of foreign enterprises working here in China will be treated in the same manner uh, which the Chinese government treats their own country, and it's a very positive step taken by President Xi Jinping and Communist Party of China. China's pledge of green development and carbon neutrality is something which should be applauded. And in my opinion, carbon neutrality is something which China has pledged to achieve by 2060. And all the countries, all the so-called countries who say that they are the one who thinks that climate change is a real thing, in my opinion, China is the only country who is taking climate change seriously. And if I talk about my country, under China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, China has always supported green development, and they have supported renewable energy, and that is the reason why renewable projects are being constructed here in Pakistan. So green development is very important, and carbon emission is also very carbon neutrality is something which China has pledged to achieve by 2060, and it's a very positive step, and it should be applauded by all the countries around the globe. In the end, I would like to say that what I hoped before the two sessions was to China was for China to promote an idea of unity, give such ideas which will help the human kind in the future. And what I expected uh, was being made true by President Xi Jinping and the government of China. The ideas which they gave of carbon neutrality, foreign enterprises working in China, new quality productive forces, and many other things, and the buzzwords which China gave is surely something to be looked forward to. And in my opinion, China is a country who should be supported wholly and solely, not only by China's friends, but also by all the countries who are part of Belt and Road Initiative. Because in my opinion, China is the only country who is serious about stuff, and who is serious about economic development, not only of their country but all the humankind. So China should be supported. President Xi's ideas should be supported, and we will see that world will become a better place to live in.